For those, yeah, you all know me. I'm Edward, and here we are internationally. We're all over the world. Many of you are from the US, from Europe, and if you're really keen like me, you're in Asia. It's what is it, 5 a.m. right now in Japan. So um, so yeah, we got a great meeting here today. Thanks a lot, Charles, for coming in. Really, really appreciate this. I know that things leading up to this exciting launch and everything going on. This it really is exciting. And for me, I took a look at this. What was it? Probably about 7 or 8 days ago, just over a week ago, and I turned it down. I was really focused, and I really didn't know what to expect. I was sort of comparing it with other things related to what this pretty much is, savings and other things that we've seen. But I assumed it was going to be very much US based. No offense, but I mean, I am in Japan. It is. Um, a lot of people in my team are based in all around the world. And then I was very
Hmm.
pleasantly surprised. So, guys, we're here right at the beginning. We are here where we would have wanted to be. A lot of people have been offered all kinds of different opportunities, but this is going to be huge, and we are very much in a position where we can make some really really exciting things happen. Just want to say, guys, that welcome to Charles for being here. Thank you, Charles, and we've seen many of us have already been on some of your Zoom calls, and yesterday was a great Zoom. A lot of people asked some great questions, but there's some new people here today, so hopefully we can expand on a few things. I know there are people from the
Sure.
United States. There are also people in Europe. You mentioned all kinds of great things that is going to be great for a lot of people. You mentioned about the UK and other things. You mentioned about the AI systems that you're putting in place, which is exciting, and the marketing stuff that you've put out in the Facebook group. So there's so much exciting stuff, and I'm also going to be opening up a little bit for questions and answers as well for people. So hopefully, guys, if you've got some questions, get ready to open your mic up, and we'll allow you to have some questions answered as well. But Charles, yeah, thanks very much for coming on board.
Well, this looks like a fantastic group, really well represented around the world. And Ed, you're making some good points there about how difficult it is to do this style of business globally. The good thing is that's our core competency, being able to set up uh, payment systems globally to take in payments, distribute payments, and then work with global advertisers. And so, I've been hot on finding us, amazing deals around the world, and we're going to start implementing that. Uh, we've been developing a customer service and prospecting AI so that when your prospects come in, no matter what language they speak, no matter what part of the world, they'll be able to communicate with the AI in the chat inside the tour, ask questions about that, and it actually creates them a profile from the moment they become a pre-enrollee from when they enroll. So this will help with their training, it'll help with their customer service. And that I think is a first where we've got a business partner, a 24/7 business partner, AI there to do a lot of the tasks that you would be doing as a rep, answering questions, doing follow-up, fortunes in the follow-up. Well, who never misses the follow-up, the always attentive AI. And I think that's really going to help our conversions here. So it is really layering on the innovations that we have here. Number one, having a truly global business opportunity, being able to take payments and pay in crypto and operate globally. And in markets where we're discovering there's demand, we're focusing on that. We got a big demand inside of India, a big demand inside of China, and we've already started making developments to start taking in those payment systems, RuPay, WeChat Pay, and going through that process. And I think that's going to really create opportunities for us to just reach markets that don't have opportunities. Here in the United States, other parts of the world, well, there's an abundance of opportunities. But when you start to get into these countries, there's a humongous demand and not the right products. Having a digital product, working with the world's largest advertisers, we really reach mass appeal. And for a lot of people, like I'm excited about this group in India because they're going to have the ability to make dollars in the UK and Japan and in the United States. They're able to promote a membership in other parts of the world, and the commissions that they earn go a lot further in their country. So we'll have a lot of uh, people that really want an opportunity be able to make money outside of their local economies. So, Ed, I know a lot of people were probably on last night's call. We're doing another big call on Friday, and I'm going to get just keep expanding our meeting room. I know we hit our cap pretty fast yesterday, so we put a recording out. Um, but yeah, but I'm here to basically answer questions. If you'd like me to present on any particular topics, I'm all yours.
Brilliant. Yeah, you mentioned something about doing deals in the UK, and that sounded really really exciting because there's a lot of people in my team who are based in the UK, and I've been asked that question a lot. People in Ireland and the UK, and
Mhm.
that's going to really open things up for people both in the UK and also Europe as well. You're really setting yourself up there as well.
Yeah, and it's been really fun diving into these deals. I've got
Mm.
one network that has been, working with the largest banks and credit card companies, setting up international savings and discounts. I actually have a call with them in 53 minutes, so pretty
Oh wow.
excited to get this fine, totally locked in. We're already, it's looking really good, and that's for a shopping portal and a toolbar, and it reaches globally. And when I look at some of these deals, these offers, I mean, it's with one purchase, you're easily pay for your membership. It's for the whole year in some cases.
Mm.
Um, and um, and as the brands start to open up new markets. I've got some nutrition brands that are opening up new markets and they need a push. And this is the perfect way for these brands to launch into a country by attracting new customers, offering us amazing savings and discounts, and going. One of the brands, one of the largest brands on the TikTok,
Hmm.
nutrition brands. We're gonna be able to deal with coupons and cash back in the tune of 30% total discount, which
Oh
is
wow.
unheard of. Because everybody's
Yeah.
just buying retail on those brands, and they're massively successful. Um, but what we're doing is we're taking the equivalency of their affiliate commissions, taking the equivalency of their marketing budget, and applying it to discounts to our members. And so you're able to access the hottest brands at a discount, and then we're able to take those advertising dollars and get them into the compensation plan, the additional advertising dollars into the compensation plan above and beyond these incredible discounts, and pay them to these bonus pools. And that's what I think when it settles in, and why we've been able to attract the biggest marketers in the world, is because
Yeah.
this is beyond just network marketing where you're getting paid from the consumption of the product or the membership from your downline. This is now reaching into these larger advertising budgets, and it's really disruptive. This couldn't have happened a couple of years ago.
No.
Just a few years ago, the brands were not desperately trying to go into these markets, offer discounts. A lot of brands that I've spoken with, they don't want to discount their stuff. And so they don't want to put these out there. And the fact that we're doing this as a paid membership really opens up a lot of opportunity for us. And so there will be some discounts that we'll have a free product so people can come test drive some savings, and you'll be able to actually earn when people save, and that'll be a good hook to get people into learning about Save Club, totally risk free. Oh, by the way, we also just implemented a 7-day risk free trial to be an affiliate or a member, and we just made it a one-click refund. So if someone says, "Oh, well, I want to know about this membership," hey, enroll. It's become a
Mm.
member, $20. If you don't like it in 7 days, if you can't find a way to save $20 in your first visit to the site or 7 days, just click refund, and you're you're done, no risk. And so, that's available now. That was just turned on yesterday. So,
Uh-huh.
and we'll do some tutorials about that. Maybe even in some of the marketing videos as we're explaining to people, we'll just show them in the video, what's going on. In fact, if I could share.
You've been looking for a side hustle. Yeah, we get it. Jobs just don't cut it anymore. The constant grind, the bosses breathing down your neck, barely getting paid enough to exist, let alone live, living for the weekends, and even those go by too fast. But what if I told you we're about to change all that? What if your side hustle wasn't just some extra cash, but the start of a completely different lifestyle? I'm talking about dream house, dream car, bucket list vacations. Not someday, not maybe. I mean real results, starting now. All you have to do is save people money. We actually do that for you. Let's be real. Everywhere you turn, people are complaining. Gas is up. Groceries are insane. Rent's a joke. People aren't just open to saving money. They're desperate for it. That's where you come in. Imagine this. You go out to eat and boom, buy one meal, get one free, discounted oil change. Car wash, half price. Need a new appliance? Save hundreds. 5-star travel for 2-star prices. We've got discounts on everything. No convincing, no product switches. It's stuff people already buy, and now they just get it for less. And when they save, you get paid. It's the ultimate win-win. You're not selling, you're serving, helping people keep more of their money while building your own empire. So if you're done watching life pass you by, fill in the form. Let's get started, and let's build something real.
So that there is just
It's fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
just another, and yeah, this is like developments that we've had from last night to this morning.
That's
So
amazing.
the tools, I'm always shocked, and this is like coming in different languages
Yeah.
in and then as the and this is for like a new landing page. So
Oh,
we'll have
wow.
different ways to bring
Mhm.
people in, some for earning income, some on just straight discounts.
Yeah.
I know that we've got a ton in development for travel, where we're going to show like real travel deals and be able to link people right to savings, straight from the landing page. So this will go really well for travel influencers. There are like 19 million influencer accounts that are relevant out there that they all need a way to make money. And
Yeah.
if how influencers, what the way that they're forced to make money is they've got to, find people to pay them, or
Mm.
they've got to, promote some sort of program, and it's hard for them to do it, and they get no leverage. Influencers have to constantly be making content and getting views and doing some sensational stuff to get more views and get clicks, and they don't have leverage and they don't have residual income. And
Mm.
we're going to be able to show them. And I think the easiest place we can start is cherry picking the big travel influencers, and collectively get in front of these people and show them
Mm.
what can be done, and pass on real savings.
Yeah.
With the different travel portals is going to be a way to just really span the globe and leverage a lot of attention and eyeballs. Because I'll tell you one thing about travel influencers and travel content: it's very captivating and it gets a lot of attention, and that's why there's so many of these travel influencers, and it's just fun. People love to travel. So that's
Mm.
just one segment that we're not tapping into, that again is just millions of tens of millions of views, and millions of accounts that we can start going after.
There's so much here. I mean, just looking at so many of the deals that are already in there. I mean, some of them I've seen that it could even be, like almost a flagship product in another network marketing company, but that's just like 0.1% of what we actually have that we're actually able
Yeah.
to share. And as you say, influence need content to put out there. We all do. As network marketers, we need something to be able to put out there. And it's I just found it so easy because I know you've got so much in terms of already the ads that you've put out on your Facebook group page on your
Yeah.
landing on your page, and they look really fantastic. But there's so much creativity that we can have. I mean, even just sort of just looking at those templates that you've got there, like food, dining out, travel. There's so much we can
Yeah.
do with all this, and you're doing it. With I mean, I've been in so many opportunities. I mean, there's nothing I love being creative. And this is one of the questions I'm going to ask about what we're allowed to do in terms of what we can create in terms of stuff. I don't know, ads or whatever. But and if we're allowed to use the
You know,
logo.
you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, well, we've got a lot of latitude in promoting and making ads. The
Yeah.
one thing that I'm conscious of that I don't want to be putting out there is income claims. That's the
Right.
first thing that will really spark trouble for us, and we don't need to do that.
Oh,
Keeping the message as simple as helping people save money, and the people that are attracted to saving money are also open to earning money.
yeah.
That's it. That's why in the video I just played, the message is so simple. And you watch it from beginning to end. It's like, here's an opportunity. You help people save. You're in service. Certain people will upgrade, and that's really how the funnels are coming together. And
Mm,
I applaud all of you for getting involved now, when before this stuff is all completed. Um,
mm,
when as we have the international products, as we have more marketing creatives, as we have our global app, as we have the AI, all of this is in a very tight development schedule over the next about 110 days. And
oh well.
so, yeah, so it's all coming, and you'll just start to see day in and day out, new things just start getting released. And so if you're not part of the Facebook page, get people over there, and
Yeah.
new videos will come out on the YouTube, they'll come out on the Facebook page. We're working on a portal. We might just keep it as simple as just a Google Drive folder,
Mm,
and I'll just beef it up. That way it doesn't slow down our back
yeah.
office, and people can just hop in there and just pull and download creatives. Um, Now, what I'd like to do is keep our expert creative team with pumping out creative so you guys don't have to. You never have to worry about what is compliant, what's not compliant. And then we're able to see and get reports back what is actually producing, and we'll make more ads, and we tweak, we split test and convert and work on our conversion. And then that way you're not having to guess which travel creative is going to, pull the best, get the most clicks and get the most opt-ins into your Save Club funnels, which again, we're providing. And you're going to want to pull people right into the Save Club funnels because that's where the most intelligent AI exists.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
I mentioned
powerful.
this on last night's call. We were exhaustive in our research of the technology of what we wanted to do. There's so many different AIs and so many different AI platforms, and we had to take into consideration doing this at scale. What if we will get to 1 million affiliates, and those million affiliates are all driving traffic into a system, and that system needs to take real-time conversations and queries from AI. What if we're doing, as we do the conference calls, and we're doing phone blasts and text blasts from the AI system to the prospects to invite them onto the live webinars, or to invite them um, to learn about the closing, or we needed a system robust enough to do that. What if we wanted to send out 15,000 phone calls right now? You have a
Mm,
robust system to do that. And so
uh-huh.
looking into what has actually been built at the highest enterprise level globally, and it was Microsoft. And luckily we've got someone on our team, 30 years with
Uh,
Microsoft, with the best connections, and just they're able to just fast track us into a license with the enterprise AI, and
wow.
all of this is in development. So I'm excited to get it out there. The creative team is putting together stuff as well,
Mm,
for this, but I'm like, hold back until we're within like a quick shot of testing, of the final
uh-huh.
testing, then we'll release all those creatives. And I think that that's an incredible story that we haven't told yet, that
Mm,
within our lifetime, we've seen many quantum shifts.
yeah.
And going back to horse-drawn buggies and carriages, the quantum shift was an automobile, and it totally changed everything. It basically
Mm,
eliminated horses and buggies. Uh, Personal computers came out and just eliminated all the paper ledgering and all the stuff people were doing. It was a revolution. If you didn't use a personal computer, you left behind. Cell phones came out, then smartphones came out, and
mm,
what's taking longer to catch on, but it's also came out cryptocurrency and
mm,
blockchain technology, another big shift. Well,
mm.
the shift that's really taking the world by storm and has just happened in such a short amount of time is AI.
Yeah.
And the AI is here, and people are starting to use it in their everyday lives, much more than some of these other things, like a cell phone. Everybody's got one in their pocket. Well, soon we're all going to be using AI, but who's going to be using AI to make money? And that's what I wanted to get ahead of, is be the tip of the spear, innovating so that the average person could get in, the average person globally could get into a business that would have already pre-built AI tools that make them money and can get you paid weekly. And that
Mm,
concept there, once people start understanding, they're able to take a prospect from social media or someone they meet, get them into a system. That person experiences AI, maybe for the first time, communicating with them, selling them. That person enrolls, and they start immediately using the tools. And it just, the duplication of it is just going to be um, something that I don't think the network marketing industry has ever seen before. And
mm,
so
mm,
the bigger our group gets, the bigger our Save Club membership group gets, the better bulk purchasing power and the better negotiating our advertising team will have to go get after these advertisers. And
mm.
um, man, I'd love to show you my advertiser list. It's like
Oh, wow.
86 pages deep, and these are the biggest advertising managers and media managers that have long-standing relationships. And well, I'm going to be able to go in and have these meetings and say, well, here's another form of advertising. I know you're probably spending money on TV and billboards and radio, and you're trying pay-per-click and these things. Well, take your advertising budget, give it to us as a discount. Let me release it to our group.
Mm.
And that's a message that they're very receptive to now.
Oh,
And
wow.
we're uniquely positioned to do that more so than really, probably any of these other groups. The groups that they're approaching and working with are like banks, credit cards, financial institutions that have big databases.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
we're going to be able to do it with more communication, more nimble,
mm,
and they love the fact that we've got people that really value the membership because they pay for it.
mm, mm, mm.
So
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. I mean, I mean, everything you're doing, it's there's a lot of things that a lot of network marketing companies do with bold claims and with an infrastructure that can't really scale so well. But what we've got here is so scalable because we don't have the issue and the bottleneck of, shipping. Typically, a lot of people have experienced that
yeah,
being an issue. And, as you say, AI can handle a lot of the scaling as well and bringing people in. But it's not just within the opportunity seekers or the network marketers. It's something that everybody wants. And that I love that about a product. Because if you've got a product where people would use it anyway, regardless of a compensation plan. Now, obviously, we know a compensation plan is important, and we like to get paid. But at the same time, there's billions of people out there around the world that use and want and with something like this that's such in demand, with the stuff that they're already purchasing and consuming daily, every single day.
yeah,
I mean, billions, literally. I mean, beyond worldwide. We've got the infrastructure right here to tap into that. And I mean, we know. I mean, I know. AI could do literally thousands, tens of thousands of calls or messages or however it's being put in, it can handle it. It's
yeah,
just it's just it's just yeah, as you say, duplicatable. It's scalable. Everything's in place. We don't have to worry about shipping. It's and as you say, it's a win. It's a win-win-win. Three for everyone.
yeah.
Not just the consumer, not just you guys, a corporate, but also the people who want to come, the companies that want to come on board, bringing in their products and services. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
amazing.
yeah, and it's tricky. I mean, so we have got something that's that will convert extremely well because we're technically low ticket. I mean, for someone to
Yeah.
start a business for 79.97, I mean, we're low ticket. So to
Mm.
make a decision on being an affiliate, being able to start a business and for $20 a month, it's low ticket. Now the difficult part of that is, well, there's not a lot of money coming in, so there's not a lot of money being paid out. Well, that's why we're have all this extra advertising dollars flowing in to the system that can help boost up that. But then you've got the savings. And so really I think we're hitting a lot of hot points, and that what we had to really understand, but one of my biggest concerns was going into this was, can we get people making full-time and big-time income with a $20 a month product? Well, yeah, it's a digital product. So where most companies, they don't have the margins to do it, or they either have to inflate the price of their product so high to get to a good margin, or they just don't have the margins to pay out. So much money has to come in, and the way that we're operating without having to have these bloated corporate teams, these big buildings. I mean, you look at some of these companies that have shut down, and they're sitting over there with $250,000 a month in corporate overhead. And that's money
Mm.
that should be in the field for leaders, or at least should take the cost of the product down. And
Hmm.
so, I've been, and maybe this is a perfect group to survey. Um, should I be kind of going after the network marketing industry and pointing out these obvious things about these bloated companies and overpriced products? Is it you think that's a message that will resonate, or should we just lead with the savings and our core message? Maybe the message evolves, or maybe it's just a single funnel that we
Mm.
use. I know that there's a lot of desperate work at home marketers, influencers, and affiliates that need a good deal. Um, maybe some marketing tools where we're pointing out what is obvious about, why these companies are having a fold. I mean, when you look at since 2020, at least 30 of the top 50 MLMs have completely changed their plan,
Mm.
folded, merged, just gone straight out of business, and they've left this, big wake of destruction. And when we analyze why that happened, one of the most obvious reasons is they're just operating inefficiently.
Mm.
I mean, like, just like the the United States government was, in a big problem operating so inefficiently. Well, these businesses, they're on a much, they don't have an unlimited checkbook, but a lot. See what happens with a network marketing company. A lot of the times, it comes out the gate. It's got a good idea. It's got a novel product, and it grows. And so they grow this big corporate staff, and they grow all these expenses. They get a big home office, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
when the company starts going down, and there's attrition because the prices of the products are too high, then they still have this bloated expense. So then they need to change the compensation plan, or they need to raise the price of the products, and it's this cycle. And when you see it from what I've done over the last 20 something years, being on the corporate side, manufacturing products, doing the banking, doing the back end of these companies, it's obvious to me where the inefficiencies are. And so we're
Yeah.
not going to run that way. And we're keeping the money inside of the compensation plan. And another thing is, I'm doing a lot of this because I come from the field. I've been
Yeah.
beginning distributor, master
Mm.
distributor. I've been on the corporate side, been on the vendor side, and I love doing this. But
Mm.
to have someone with a field, knowing the tools that we need, and bringing it here, and being able to talk to the people, I've been getting incredible amounts of cooperation from the field, and we've been recruiting literally the best marketers in the world. People I didn't think were, or that are still coming, that I didn't think we were going to be able to appeal to. Um, Not only have they been coming to the company, but they've been coming and highly cooperative. And so
Mm.
that's where, and part of that is because when you start reaching these bonus pools, you're getting paid on the whole company. And I wanted to start that quickly, which is 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star.
Yeah.
You're in it with the whole company. So
Mm.
it's not like we've got these factions of teams that are competing against each other. It's a rising tide raises all ships. And
Yeah.
as the company's global success happens, you're getting paid on those global bonus pools. And so it really is like a seamless downline for the company.
It's
And
powerful.
I really hope that we continue our high levels of cooperation, and that everybody, continues to pitch in, and we continue to share information about what's working, what's converting, and then we just optimize that much faster. Because as the company gets optimized and we have our tools in place and the products in place, we'll see a period of time when we go from 100,000 global members to 1 million, and it will go so fast. And for the people that get us to 0 to 100,000, they're going to experience dramatic increases in their compensation, and it's going to be like that's when the leverage kicks in,
Mm.
because you can only work so hard. But when you've got a massive organization, everybody's doing their part. Let's say you got 100,000 members in your group, and everybody works 1 hour. Well, that's like 100,000 hours that could happen for you every single day, and we'll see the exponential growth inside your checks. And I really think this has been missing from network marketing, and the compensation plans really couldn't. They just, it was a combination between the products and the compensation plans really couldn't get that leverage, and we're going to experience it here, because in this compensation plan it pays truly to infinite levels. With you could personally sponsor someone 300 levels deep, and that matrix check match starts right there, and that's a whole new organization for you. So when seeing how this compensation plan performed for another company, that's when we got in, we tinkered with it, made it better, and said, okay, now I'm confident that people that go to work now, and as this thing scales from less than, I don't know where we're at, less than 5,000 members to 1 million members, that you'll be getting paid on those people that are like hundreds and hundreds of levels deep into your organization.
It's amazing. Yeah. I got some more questions, but before I start, everyone, if you've got questions, put your hand up. Raise your hands or put the questions in the chat, and we'll be able to see if people have questions. But in the meantime, I'm just going to talk about some more things, because I mean, I love the fact that you've got pools, the pool system, because I mean, there are some companies out there that do pool systems, but not until you get right to the top, to the leadership rank, which the majority of the people are not ever really going to get to that level of the pools. So I mean, people love the things like the power line system and the other, and they look at things like the spill off, and they're looking for a passive mechanism within a compensation plan, because a lot of people struggle. It's and I think that the pool system is powerful, because that really is what people can see of great value, because they don't have to really, with this, you can be at the pool, you can be at 2-star and start benefiting from the pool system, whereas other companies, you would never get to that level where you are actually benefiting, where they're sort of, yeah.
Yeah, and it's very achievable. And I
Yeah.
was saying this last night on last night's call, that it's like, if you can get to 1-star, then you understand what it takes to get to 2-star. And that's about as much compensation plan training that you need, is just first focus on yourself getting from 1-star to 2-star, and then helping your people do the same thing. And that's it. That's the duplication. And we're going to break it down so easy, to where once we have all the tools in place, it'll be like, okay, get 10 people to become a pre-enrollee and download the app. We know what our metrics will be. 1 out of 10 will upgrade. Okay, well then that means you're going to need to get this many people using this free product or becoming a pre-enrollee, and the numbers will hash out. And we're going to know, because we're taking away as many variables as we can, and we're doing that with AI. So the consistency of follow-up, if the pitch is right, if the closing is right. So by just keeping things as predictable, and then paying people for what really matters, which is the personal connection, and getting it's a sale is a transfer of enthusiasm. So if someone can be enthusiastic enough about this to share with somebody, to get them to enter as a pre-enrollee or download the app and check out the savings. That's about it. Because what's happening now is that AI is backfiring on marketing. It's hard to believe what's on the internet. Am I even real right now? We don't even know, right? Right? Is that like, am I a person? Am I, is this even my voice? You don't know. So what is going to stay consistent and what I think has come full circle is the power of referral marketing. That's where, network marketing will always have a home. So sharing with people that you have a relationship with, they know that it's you and they can take that step and taking it down to where it's like risk-free. Like, we got the risk-free thing I mentioned earlier, but as we get the apps and the other tool, this is really risk-free. They just download an app. If they don't like it, they delete it from their phone. That's it. And so, really optimizing and taking the least path of resistance and then automating as much as we can. This is how we're in network marketing wave 6. Okay, this is a whole new, completely new realm for network marketing. So, and maybe I'll do a whole training. It takes probably 20 minutes to explain when network marketing first came out in wave 1 and wave 2 and wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And we started reaching these wave 4, wave 5 network marketing companies when you had these global compensation plans, when you really had this, it started to get flat and you started to be able to work with people around the world and get paid seamlessly with things around the world. And then you started to see it really reach a level when you had global payments. And not only could you sponsor someone in Japan, but then get paid on it that week. Okay, cool. Now all this exists, but what has not existed is me sponsoring someone in Japan and then the AI speaking to them and training them in Japanese. And then, now we're reaching levels of duplication that are beyond anything that we've experienced in network marketing before. But what's always going to remain from wave 1 to wave 6 is that it's going to take that personal invitation, that spark and sharing of enthusiasm with somebody. So that's all we really need to train on. And that's all we really need to get people excited about, is to do that spark of enthusiasm, get them into the funnel, and then it takes over. Now you're getting paid in recruiting people in another language, and all the money, the world is flat with the money, the language barrier is solved, the training is solved, the customer service is solved. So we're at the tip of this spear. I think we're probably the first wave 6 network marketing company to do this. And so, yeah, is it going to be, is it ready now? No. Do we have the next 110 days to put all these things and put all these systems in place? Yeah. And so, again, I just applaud everybody for coming in and seeing the vision of what we're doing. And then, my responsibility is to keep the trust really high and just show you every single day that we've got new stuff coming out. That's why I played that video earlier. And the other stuff coming, it's like, you've got a corporate team that gets it. We're highly competent.
That's amazing. Yeah. Dan has got a question. If you'd like to unmute yourself. Cheers, Dan. I'm not hearing. I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Hold on. Right. Okay.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Sure
I can hear you.
Awesome. Charles, man, God bless you. This is such an awesome system that you've put together, and I appreciate that. Also, I'm glad you got the memo to wear the red shirt, so we're all matching up. I watched the webinar last night. I was already hyped before you did the webinar. Now I'm just exploding because you've really explained so much and how beneficial this program is. And I know you're a busy man with all the pre-launch, and I appreciate you taking the time today to meet with our team. That really means a lot, that you care about everybody in this system. The question I had, and I know you can't reveal specifics, and I know you're meeting with lots of of different companies and things of that nature. But can you share more about what will be coming up for international people to make money? The system is global. I got that,
Yep.
and the travel is international for sure. But what are some things that you're looking at trying to bring on a board without specifics? I get that for the
Yeah.
international market.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's our primary focus with the product is to bring it to bring the value internationally. And here in 18 minutes, I'm coughing on with a group that's got 40,000 international offers for us from the world's top advertisers. And so uh that is that's an exciting piece that really takes hold in online shopping, online services, um, digital products, and travel. And so that's really where we can lean on these pre-existing popular brands and get their and get their discounts into the system, offer them exclusively through Save Club, and then that brings the value. Now, there's things I don't know that I don't know about different markets. Certain markets like Southeast Asia, they've got phenomenal drop shipping and mailing systems. Actually, Ed, maybe you can tell me how does drop shipping and like getting products delivered to your doorstep work in Japan? Is that a thing?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's it's happening a lot.
Yeah,
We
and
know.
so I know other countries aren't their mail systems aren't as developed, but
Mm,
the fact if there's drop shipping, then there's advertisers that need to sell products, and those advertisers are going to hop on the trend of applying cash back and discounts and what I call ethical bribes. So you've
mm.
got these advertisers that are, why risk their money on some crazy advertising campaign when they could just ethically bribe the customers to buy the product? But you got to have that medium, which is Save Club, to present a discount without hurting your brand value. I.e., we got a private club, we've got negotiation, and then do that. So these brands, they try to do it through influencers, and it's incredibly difficult and sloppy. So let's say you're Nike, and you want to advertise, but you're advertising on billboards and the side of trucks and magazines and stuff really isn't getting your bang for your buck anymore. So now how do you reach through the internet to bring a discounts on your sneakers? Um, if you use an influencer like a professional runner or athlete that's got an online influence, then you have to manage that person. You've got to get them a particular link. You've got to make sure that they're operating within and they're doing their job. Well, try to scale that amongst what thousands and thousands of influencers. It's really hard to do. Whereas I can go to a brand like that, and I've got my deck that I've built specifically for Save Club to talk to advertisers, and I show them all the value points of why they need to be giving us maximum discount so I can reward our members that pay for our discount, and that we can take the equivalency of their advertising dollars and bring it out. So we'll be able to do that in countries all around the world. And um, again, this probably wasn't possible, that many years ago because a lot of these big brands, they didn't have affiliate programs. They didn't get into the mindset of paying a direct commission for the sales. And then the influencers kind of push them there. That's an inefficient way to do it. Now we're going to take those same levels of commissions and roll with them. Like the one supplement company that I mentioned that's big on TikTok, they're working with the TikTok influencers, and they're giving up to 30% of
Mm.
their retail price of their product as a commission to the influencer to get them the sale. Well, we'll take that 30%. We'll give a huge amount of cash back. We'll put money into the global bonus pools, and now get more engagement with Save Club. So I'm going to be as we start developing more of the savings, I'm going to be putting big calls out, and this is where cooperation from the team comes. And I want to get a lot of testimonials back and bring them
Yeah.
back to the brands and show them, hey, we're creating new customers, new consumers that are fanatical about your product because your brand chose Save Club. So
Mm.
because of, because people are earning full-time incomes, they've changed their lives, they've reached their freedom numbers with Save Club. We're going to reward the brands, and having that conversation with you now, we're going to reward the brands that come and give us the best deals. Simple as that. And that's how you drive real loyalty. I don't think the credit card companies and the banks and the other people that are entering this space of card linking and cashback and rewards have that same can have that same conversation with the brands like our advertising team can.
Mm. Mm.
So I'm excited to get into those conversations. I'm doing it at the end of this month. I'm gonna sit down for 3 days, with lots of brands, and
Mm.
I'm sure I'm gonna come back reporting a whole bunch of cool new global deals for everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing, and I love how you're involving the whole community spirit, and obviously testimonials are a very powerful thing, and getting feedback, because that's the whole infrastructure. That's everything, because that's what these brands want to see. We see it everywhere. Now loyalty reward points are huge in Japan, and I know they're huge all over the world. Everyone wants to be loyal to a particular platform. And we've seen that in so many platforms more and more these days. So, we are
Yeah,
in
I
a
mean,
position
so
to scale.
let's put ourselves
Mm,
in the shoes of a brand.
mm,
So the brand wants exposure, they
yeah.
want sales,
Mm,
and they want loyalty. But
mm,
what really, if they could do it, if they had fanatical consumers that really stood behind that brand, that's really what they would that's the trifecta. So
yeah.
or the I guess the four pillars of what a brand would really make their day, make their advertising managers and build strength for their brand. And we're uniquely positioned to do that. And all that
Yeah.
we're asking for is their advertising budget, which they're
Yeah.
going to spend anyway. And we're going to guarantee them a customer. They don't have to spend anything until the sale's made. It's
Yeah. I mean,
risk.
it just,
The risk on
yeah.
them is really low. So we've got a disruptive model to go after as much of the $900 billion in
Mm,
advertising that's spent globally. And I don't know if
yeah.
any of you guys realized yesterday, but I
Yeah.
was missing three zeros on
I
my
mean,
900
900
billion
billion,
dollar
right? Yeah.
slide.
Yeah. 900 billion.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, that was a lot of zeros. It looked pretty big, but it's actually three zeros bigger than what I put on there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No,
so,
no, no.
and so, and so, yeah,
Yeah.
it is a huge
We-
number, and it's bigger than the
yeah.
whole network marketing industry combined.
Yeah. It's
And
incredible.
and
And
and you know,
we all have a vested interest in helping those brands now, because all of a sudden, even as you say, they don't have an affiliate program, but now, because they're a part of it, we people share and get it out there, and discuss and talk about it. And somebody went off, like, I'm going to the UK in about 1 week now, and obviously I had to book my flight months ago, but now I'm seeing things like enterprise, what do you call it, the car rental company. I mean, that's right in my
yep,
area. That's a company I already use, because it's the only company in my local area in the UK where I can actually go in and grab the car. But it's on the platform. It's on Safe Club. I mean, everything. I mean,
yep.
I don't need to go with Airbnb anymore. I don't need to go with um you know what do you call it, Skyscanner, or Expedia, or whatever it's called. And I've got it all here.
Yeah, and really, guys, I mean, we're at like 10% of the product offering. I mean,
Mm,
and it's gonna as I pull in these different advertisers and portals and
mm, mm.
um, travel exchanges. I mean, it's just it's just gonna get better and better. And then as our influence and our organization grows, we're going to
Mm.
be stronger with the negotiations. So
Yep.
yeah, so it's all
Yeah.
about keeping this thing as simple as we can,
Mm,
and I think that's really where we're going to win, is if we can just keep it as simple as serve people by giving them access to savings,
yeah.
earn
Mm.
by being better and more efficient at that. And
Yeah.
if
Oh,
um, we can help the person who's got really no sales background, no ability to want to sell, but give them something that's remarkable that they would like to share and talk about, regardless if there was an income opportunity attached. That works. So I'll share with you, one more piece of information here,
mm,
um, about why people make a referral. So the
mm,
number one reason somebody refers something is to make themselves look better.
mm.
And so if it's new, and if it's novel, and you talk to someone about it, like, hey, Save Club, you ever heard of this? They've never heard of it. And then they see it, and then they're like, well, thank you so much for introducing me to the company. It makes you feel good. It
Yeah,
makes you
yeah.
want to refer it.
Mm.
Does it have utility? So you would want to refer something to somebody if they could use it. Well, everybody wants a deal. Everybody wants savings. So we reach that utility quadrant.
Yep.
Now here's the part that's just going to get better and better for us. Is it dependable? Like if you invite someone to a webinar, is it going to be that banger webinar that got you excited? And we're getting better at that. We've only done a few. So as the message gets honed in and some of our presenters that have come to the table are they're personal heroes of mine. They're the best presenters in the world. I'm
Mm.
excited to get them doing these presentations, get myself out of it, because to get these messages out there and get our message really dialed in. But
Mm.
but some of these presenters that we've got lined up in different languages, by the way,
Oh,
are
wow.
just some of the most professional, articulate, consistent, well-trained masters of the art. And yeah, I can't wait to get them on. So,
That's amazing.
okay, is it new? Does it have utility? Is it dependable? If someone
Mm.
goes into the savings and the deals are there and it's dependable, or if there's enough variety of deals that when you invite somebody in, they do get value and they come back to you and say, Ed, thank you so much for referring me to this. I saved this much money. You're great. It makes you feel good, makes you want to refer it more. And then the other piece is it uh, does it help the person's personal economy? So
Mm.
I wouldn't be like, hey guys, check out this mega yacht, because we're not in the market for mega yachts. But hey, check out this savings 2-for-1 entrees. Well, everybody eats. So sure, everyone would be interested in that. Fits there. So these models are what drive natural um, referrals.
Yeah.
And we're building these into the social media ads. We're building them into the marketing. We're building them into the messaging. So there's a whole level of just uh, subliminal psychology about how and why people would like to talk about this and share about this. And those messages aren't just obvious, but they're going to come out. And we're going to work as a team to really optimize those. And that's when you see a company reach momentum, when someone can look at it, they hear a presentation or they hear a tiny pitch, and it makes so much sense that they automatically know it, and then they go and repeat it.
Mm.
And our anthem, I don't think has been developed yet, but we're going to have a 30-second anthem, a 60-second anthem, a 5-minute anthem, a 15-minute anthem. And that's all. It's going to be we're going to become a broken record for a while and just repeating, but it's going to make so much sense. It's what's going to push this company into momentum. And I don't
Mm.
think that message is just it's just obvious. It's pretty simple, but it's going to take us hundreds of pitches, hundreds of webinars, and when the message clicks and it works with the product and the branding, you're going to be glad that you built an organization with Save Club, because it's going to
Mm.
fly. And you're going to see real duplication, where
Yeah.
many people have struggled with network marketing to create enough momentum to earn a check. Well, the product's really sticky. Plus, we got the annual membership, so it kind of locks people in. But then um, experiencing that duplication, where you see it 2-3 levels deep, and then it starts to make sense. You start seeing it show up in your weekly commissions. Um, I think we're
Yeah.
going to help more people get there than really anything else that's on the market. I don't see any really good deals in the space right now, just to be honest.
Mhm. That's really powerful. Yeah, I know you got a presentation coming up in a couple of minutes, I think, but or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, thanks so much for your time, Charles. Really appreciate that. And you know, to be able to have this time with the company CEO is just really valuable. Really appreciate that. And you know, it's so much happening, so much going on, and we're right at the start. You know, we couldn't be at a better position, all of us here. So thank you very much
Yeah,
indeed.
well, I just want to thank everybody for, catching the vision, believing in what we're doing. It's hard to get involved in something that's new and there's not everything is self-evident.
Mm.
And so, just I put a lot of uh 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 value into your trust and belief in what we're doing at the corporate team and where we're at 12 days into it. Okay. So, so
Yeah, it's incredible.
we're looking good for just getting, for
Just
not even having our first commission run, but
That's
uh
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna hit the milestones and I'm gonna drive everybody because I believe in this. You can do anything for 90 days.
Mm.
And we've lit this fuse and we're just on this 90-day blitz.
Mm.
And we're gonna burn as hard as we can for this time and try to avoid burnout. But and again, it really helps that we've got such an enthusiastic field and an understanding field that understands that we're in pre-launch and that these things are being worked on. And I think it'll just be the consistent, obvious improvement of what we're doing day in and day out that will keep everybody keep the faith high and keep the trust levels at 100%.
Brilliant. Superb. Yeah, thanks a lot, Charles. And
Okay, I'm
yeah.
off. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna log on to this other call. Have a good one. Thank
All
you.
right, yeah,
Thanks
cheers,
everybody.
guys. All right,
Bye for
thanks
now.
everyone. Cheers, Charles. Thanks everyone for being on tonight, and it was a really good opportunity. I'll have this recording available to everyone who missed it, so you're about to get it out to your team. All right, guys. It's been an hour, and thanks for coming on. All right, cheers, guys. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good whatever. All right, I'm fired up. I really am. All right, bye then.